Cyclone Gabrielle looms, how it's tracking and what to expect. Battle of the Hoods, police warn Hamilton residents over potential mass brawl, and Red Cross gets set to support Turkey and Syria following deadly quake. Atamaria, I'm Sherry Kinnear, and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. A nervous wait for the Upper North Island as they gear up for another potential downpour. Meteorologists warn Cyclone Gabrielle could hit New Zealand's shores by Sunday, with the worst of the weather to hit the North Island on Monday and Tuesday. Stated to be one of the most serious storms of the century by forecasting agency Weather Watch, Gabrielle has been upgraded to a Category 2 tropical cyclone and will likely increase to Category 3 today. Mayor Wayne Brown has urged Aucklanders to be prepared for the worst by stocking up on torches and batteries, as well as enough supplies to sustain themselves for 3 days and medication to last a week. Meanwhile, an investigation's been launched into how Auckland Council will adapt in the light of the recent floods. Its Planning, Environment and Parks Committee has ordered the council to figure out what needs to be changed for the next long-term plan for 2024 to 2034. Committee Chair Richard Hill says the council has already started to ramp up infrastructure spending.
Such as water, I think we went from about $5.5 billion 6 years ago. Now we're spending about $11.1 billion over the 10-year budget.
The report is due back on March 2nd. A potential fight spurred on by social media is stressing out the Hamilton community. Police are warning people to stay away from the central city this afternoon after online posts called for a suburb-on-suburb clash with weapons. At least one school has sent out an advisory asking students to change their travel plans. An increase in international tourism has seen hotel revenue and their optimism rise. The Tourism Export Council forecasts international visitor levels rebounding to around 2.1 million by the end of May and could approach pre-COVID levels by mid-2025. Collier's National Director of Hotels, Dean Humphreys, says revenue has been tracking well since international tourism reopened and room rates increased about 20% in the second half of 2022.
We anticipate that revenue levels for regions such as Rotorua, Wellington and Christchurch to be at pre-COVID highs by the end of this year.
And New Zealand Red Cross is waiting for approval to send supplies to part of its relief in Turkey and Syria. It's launched an appeal to support communities affected by the devastating earthquakes, which have seen close to 20,000 people killed. Donations will be going towards relief teams and the International Red Cross movement on the ground for supplies like tents, blankets, food, water, kitchen sets and hygiene kits. The government has already contributed $1.5 million in relief. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more stories and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.